welcome back everybody to the next Ironman. If you're new to the channel or to the Ironman is no trading on the trade house or with other players. So basically it's like a survival game where you have to make everything yourself, and in addition I have to stay PvP flagged the whole time, unless I'm queuing for a dungeon, in which case I want to use the group finder, so I have to be PvP enabled. So me and Leoce are doing a little elite chest run, and we find this other group of noble Covenant Knights. And so we start off with them, but it actually ends up being more of a hindrance than what it's worth. So I do the sneaky thing, and I go get my next chest. Like, what am I, Syndicate now? Sneaky little behavior there. The problem is, on my way out, I seem to attract the ire of this big monster Donny, and I run for my life. And then as I come out of the base, I run him right into that group that I was just with, and they're fighting their own boss. So now I'm left with two decisions. Do I run away like a coward, like the Syndicate, or do I turn around and do I help fight? Do I help fight with my noble Covenant brothers? Who do you think I am? I'm no coward. I come out here and with certain death I help them fight these incredible monsters. So the rest of the chest run wasn't that bad either. Me and Leoce just went and did our own thing, and yeah. And so, as you know, if you've been watching my other videos, I'm on the final push to get my Armoring to 200. I've got it at 190, and so most of my days initially, where I was here, was really pushing hard to get that to 200. So spending time in the Five Fingers and just getting linen and silkweed. Oh, and just before we get into the PvP and the dungeons, I just thought I'd quickly tell you guys about this charity that I've discovered. Hey, how are ya? This is Stanley the rabbit. Cute little Stanley, just wants a little pet. Stanley's starving. Look at him digging in the dirt for some carrot. In fact, this little island of his has been ravaged by disease. And all these other little rabbits are starving as well. They can't get any food. And for one simple like and subscribe, one rabbit gets a carrot for the day and won't starve anymore. Cute little starving Stanley. Do the right thing. Like and subscribe today. On a serious note, Leoce has decided to give up the bow, and he has decided to change his ways, more kind of lined up to the Covenant. I'm the mighty knight. He's decided to become the mighty healer, the bringer of light, the light weaver, as you were. I think that me as a sort of tanky brawler, and him as a healer is a good sort of duo, because we can do dungeons, because I mean a tank and a healer queuing for a dungeon, it's like a good combo, especially if we want to do it quickly. We could actually make quite big impacts in OPR, because he'll be healing and I can sort of tank and bruise my way in the middle. So I think it'll make some really good content. He's good at that kind of assist style play, so that's what the big change is. That so everyone give Leoce a big pat on the back. He hasn't healed before, so he doesn't really know what he's doing, so that should add some comedy, but also, you know, it's a learning process for him too, so I'm excited. New twist in the road of our story. So I make him his first bit of focus gear, so that was also awesome, because I'm making him some gear, and I have to say, looks pretty awesome. Come on. I'll be honored to have you standing by my side, friend. A little behind me, they just like a meter. And so, because I want to tank, I make myself a heavy armor set. It's got no runes at the moment, but so now we're ready to go in as a duo healer tank into some of these dungeons and kick some ass. So we start off in Ammarine simply because, you know, we're both new. I haven't tanked.
Okay, so be careful.
Leoce
Don't
hasn't.
fall off.
Leoce is giving me directions here because I have got the spatial ability of Stevie Wonder on acid. And so we're a little bit nervous because I haven't tanked and he hasn't healed, so we thought we'd start off with Ammarine, which is just like a simple dungeon, you know what I mean? And we had a very good group that actually sat back and let me go in and get aggro. It was actually a really, really nice run. Very simple, a good way to start. There's really nothing to mention, no complaints to make. It was just a simple run through. Obviously, we were like a higher level, you know, than this dungeon, so that made it a little bit easier, but all in all, an easy one. The next one, however, a little bit of comedy. Then I managed to find a group that's doing a chest run, so I jump in on that. Again, super simple, nothing really interesting happening. One thing I learnt was, is always stick with the group though, don't fall behind or everything just kind of unravels and falls apart. But oh my god, look at that big Orcalium. That is a sight to behold. Yeah, but me and all my friends here just go and collect all the chests. I actually get a big bump in expertise and a lot of items, so that's pretty cool. So yeah. So, I don't really get anything for myself, but I seem to come across a whole bunch of focus scares. So it seems like the light, the spark, is like telling me from the universe that I've made the right choice with Leoce becoming the healer. And so I save those pieces to give to him later. Don't forget about the Armoring camera. You're still going to get that to 200. Alright, leave me alone. Yeah, so I spend a good chunk of time back in the little wire fiber area. Spend a long time collecting that, and so that I can start the final push for the 200 Armoring. So I collect like I think 2,000 of this shit. And then it's phase 2. Once again, I spend a lot more time collecting the linen and the silk weave as much as I can. And then just cross my fingers and hope I can get all the way to 200 Armoring. So we did some OPRs. I was in my light armor. Leoce was on his heals. And I definitely noticed a difference. Like, we won the OPR and I felt like you could definitely tell him healing. He wasn't pocket healing me, he was just healing in the middle. But I'm definitely starting to feel like every OPR, yeah, I can definitely feel myself improving, and the gear, as I get better gear, it's definitely making a difference. I'm pretty sure that I stole the Baron in this, so I was quite happy about that. I mean, credit where credit's due. This is pretty good healing considering that I'm low gear score, in light armor, and yeah, squishy as anything. And Leoce does a pretty good job at keeping me alive amongst all this team of brutes, and I'm pretty sure they're like a group of them too, like in comms. So good heals from him there. So here's a little lesson of one reason to make YouTube videos. You might say, wonder why he's fishing. Well, the reason I'm fishing is because a long time ago, when I did the Brimstone Sands on my Legacy server, it bugged out, and we weren't able to do the main quest line until we'd done the Tempest. And then sometime between then, I forgot that was the bug, and so I just got it in my head that I had to do the Tempest before I was able to go into Brimstone Sands and do the quest. But then some of my lovely subscribers, who I adore, they told me, no, Camo, you're a silly Billy. You can't actually go into Brimstone Sands and start the quest now. And then I remembered, oh my god, that's right, it was a bug. And so this is me trying to get the fish oil so that I'd go to Brimstone Sands. And this is me out getting the berries to combine with the fish oil to get into Brimstone Sands. And this is me combining the fish oil and the berries to make the desert crate so I can get into Brimstone Sands. And this is me having put on the berries and the fish tonic and created the desert crate and then put it on my skin so I can run into Brimstone Sands. I must admit though, it does look pretty cool. I've always had a thing for the desert landscape. Yeah, the amount of mats we got here and new gear was kind of ridiculous. It's just like, wow, we really should have come down Brimstone Sands sooner. Ooh, look at me, looking all pretty. The mighty duo. Remember earlier about how I said I get really spatially challenged? go. I'm getting acid burn, you bitch. Ow.
Why would you jump down there?
Ah, you killed me. You just made me die. So I'd have to revive, and then while I was reviving, you'd be going to look for where we'd have to go.
Yeah.
Oh, for fuck's sake, I just walked over the front door. How the hell do I get into this place? Let alone, I'm stuck, I'm confused, I'm lost, I'm lonely, scared.
It's on the other side.
Right, let me decide what we need to do. What? Oh, yeah. Carry on.
Yeah. And then...
So what you do is you come along here, and you come down to the end here. Okay, so you come along here. Don't fall off.
Okay, thanks.
You come through here. And then, like, we're going to... Come along here. We're going to come along here. Come up here. This way. And then we're going to come along here. And then we're going to come up here. We're going to come up here. Are you alright? Yeah, okay. And then we're going to like move up here. Up here. And then we're going to walk along here. And then we're going to jump up here. And then we're going to walk along here. And then we're going to get the supply chain. Anyway, we finally make it to the top. I'm not very good with heights, so I feel like all my jokes about Leo's being afraid of alligators is finally starting to come and bite me in the ass. This is my punishment for the crocodile jokes. Okay, count to 3. Okay, count to 3. Do you know how to count to 3?
1, 2, 3. That looks so fun. I wish I had a sword and a shield.
And then we come across this virtueless punk from the Marauders. Oh, he doesn't even see us come. One shot, and it's all over. So finally, I turn all that silkweed and linen into infused silk that I've been collecting over the last couple of days. And then I convert it all into infused silk gloves to get that Armoring off. It's currently 194. And that gets it to... 196. Then I realize I've got a bunch of Orcalium that I can actually convert and use to make into armor at the blacksmithing station. Need some leather though, so I quickly go and collect some of that. Here we are, we're in the final stages now, friends. Convert, make some 15 gauntlets. That gets me to 198. It's late at night, but I've got 200 armoring on my sights. I need more mats because I need more Orcalium, so off I go on my mat run. With those extra mats, I convert the more infused silk. So now I'm at 199. Then I make Orcalium. I'm using platinum. I'm using star metal. I'm throwing everything I've got to get as much Orcalium as I can. And then we do the big convert. And then that gets us to like... It's just trolling me. But we have the salvage. Are we gonna get there, folks? And there it is, folks. Oh, look at that 200 Ammarine. Feels like such a long journey too. But I got there, friends. With a little help. Next day I wake up. And the Greatsword's definitely getting up there now. Look at that, 571. So I'm making progress, getting there. So now that I've hit 200 Armoring and a bit of a professional, no, honestly though, that's such a big kind of accomplishment because feels like I've been trying to get 200 Armoring like forever. I guess because as I was leveling up, that was the thing I was focusing on too. So man, it actually feels like really good to reach 200 Armoring. Like I'm not joking, but I was going to do the weaponsmithing, but then realized, like, in order to make 600 gear, I need the trophies in the house, and I need the armoring gear, and I need the food. So, really, I can't make any good armoring gear until I get the trophies. So, I've decided that the next thing I'm going to level up to 200 is going to be furnishing, so I can make those trophies, because then I can go grind for the armoring gear, I can make the food, and then I'll be able to get to 200. So that's sort of like my focus right now. And my bank space is just overflowing now and getting too full, so I'm having to stretch things out a little bit between the different areas now. So it's definitely starting to spread. I think I've got like 4 zones now where I'm holding different gear. So I slip on my tank gear, my heavy armor, and I get ready to do the next dungeon.
Okay.
Starstone Barrows. And once again, these band of adventurers journey into Starstone Barrows. Actually, it was pretty good. These guys, once again, were very good and courteous and let me go grab the mobs first. I think the reason why is they were fresher to the dungeon than we were, so they didn't really know what to do. So for the first time, we were actually kind of like the experienced ones, which isn't really that a great sign considering that we're not, you know, I don't really know how to tank and Leoce doesn't really know how to heal, but, you know, it is what it is. We were in that position. This is when our experience came through. This is where we looked like champions because we knew the route to go to without getting our heads lasered off. We'd already had 1 casualty, so we just came through easy as. No spatially challenged capacity today. As the tank, it is my way to lead the group
Wait for everyone.
through to safety. I got a sword with haste on it, so actually grabbing aggro was like really easy, and so I found that like really helpful actually. Just super easy to get aggro of people, so that was like surely a good thing. I don't really know what is the best gear yet. I'm gonna have to check that out for tanking, but surely a sword that grabs more aggro is gonna be what you want as a tank. So I just walk on through like a bloody champion. And then I'm like, no, don't even wait for them. I'm just like, if you guys aren't here, that's your problem. So yeah, see you later. One of them even died by walking through the laser beams, the fucking noob. Oh, imagine died to a laser beam. Come on, guys, everyone through all at once. Let's go. Come on, you can do it. Come on through, you go. Good boy. Wow. This is awkward. I'm always one to appreciate aesthetics, even if I've seen it before. I just love this. Love this. Anyway, other than the little mishaps, which has nothing to do with actual tanking, just more sort of people not doing the right things. Felt like tanking went well. You know, like I'm pulling this guy over the corner, everyone can stand behind them. Healer's in a bit of trouble, I go get them off him. So this is good little baby steps to actual tanking when it gets really hard. But for now, I think that was like a good start, so we're ready to move on to the next dungeon. And with that, me and Leoce both get our first legendary items. This life staff was really good for Leoce, and I actually got a sword, so we got our first legendary items, which was kind of cool. And with that, friends, we wrap up another episode of the Ironman. Not so much PvP in this one, but there was a couple more dungeons we're tanking, starting to diversify a little bit. But hopefully you still enjoyed it. And we'll see you again soon with a new episode. I'll leave you with the beautiful music from the Everfellas.